So last week after Emily's speech, I was inspired to take up digital art. So that's really best. But why am I talking to you about Canadian provinces? Well, I've had the opportunity to visit all 10 of them and the Northwest Territories. So I think that puts me in a very informed and impartial position to evaluate what our country has to offer. And so we're going to be looking at these provinces through the lenses of nature and taxes. All right, let's start off with Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador, which I can confidently say is one of the top 10 provinces in Canada. Seeing that tourism posting in the bottom left corner, they market themselves as Canada's happy province, but from those pictures I took, it's a very depressing place. Should not go. To be fair though, they do have this really nice national park called Gros Morne. That's a picture from National Geographic. But the problem is, it's across the frickin' island, and it's a 7-hour drive in that foggy abyss the entire way, and you have to drive back because there's nothing else over there. So that's kind of depressing. To liven up the mood a little bit, just look at some pretty pictures of Alberta. What a beautiful lake, eh? And some gorgeous mountains too. And I chose these two pictures because on the left is my dog Jax, who's a Labrador Retriever, and on the right we got Norman. Both of my recipes. I do some humanitarian work from time to time. And as for the rest of the provinces, we're just going to skip them because now that you've seen Alberta, there's honestly no point. I saw them, so you don't have to. I did, however, want to give a shout out to Manitoba, though, which turned out to be surprisingly nice. There's this amazing park with great food and live music, and it's a place worth visiting. So there's two types of people in this world, those who care about nature and those who care about money. So now let's take a look at how the sales tax in these provinces stacks up on a scale from the Cayman Islands to the USSR. Alright, so let's start off with the francophones, the fishermen, and the potato farmers. Who get 50% tax, which is kind of sad. Remember this one, it kind of sucks. A little bit better in BC and Manitoba. Apparently you only pay 11% tax when you go fill up your tractor in Saskatchewan. But in Alberta, it's only 5%, and the territories as well, which is absolutely amazing. So not only do you get to see those natural beauties, but you get to see them at a discount. Yeah, so conveniently, this chart also shows the relative wealth of each of these provinces, and consequently their dissatisfaction with the federal government. But that's a story for another day. So just to recap, no matter how you look at it, Alberta just comes up on top and is the best province. And this is coming from my completely informed and impartial perspective as someone who's been across the country. And I wanted to end off with a quote. You keep falling, predicting because you're insecure. And when I tell you that you're beautiful, you can't be sure. So all you see is what you lacking, not what you packing. Take it from a man that loves what you got. And baby girl, you're a star. Don't let him tell you you're not. That's J. Cole in Crooked Smile, talking about Alberta. But I want to clarify one thing. My speech isn't actually about Canadian culture and all that. It's actually a hyperbole of media and the culture of veiling inherent biases with purported impartiality. And in fact, this is something that's really dangerous, and it can lead to things like radicalization. And if you take a look at this J. Cole verse, if you dumb it down a couple notches, it essentially becomes every speech given by that orange guy that gets his redneck crowd riled up. So it's something that's very important to pay attention to, and something that we should all be conscious of. So it's the same message that he gives, just different words. So my message to you is to be diligent, to be critical, to visit Alberta, of course, and to not be a sheep. Thanks.